Dr. Mike, thank you so much for being with us on AM Buffalo to talk about hearing loss, because I think a lot of folks out there might be suffering but not doing anything about it. Do you see that a lot when you have people coming in after a lot of time and maybe they should have come in a little bit earlier?
Right, yes, absolutely. A lot of people will wait. Actually, the numbers are people will likely wait almost 8 to 10 years before stopping in and doing something about their hearing loss when they already know that they have hearing loss. And I think a big reason for that is people feel like they can manage even a mild to moderate hearing loss on their own and they're living life just fine, when it's often the case that they're actually suffering more than they think. And when people get tested, they come in, we go over the results, they tell me, Dr. Mike, I'm hearing just fine, I can hear you fine, I can hear my spouse fine, it's just I'm not hearing well in certain background noises, or when I get into a crowd. That's a very common complaint. But then we test their hearing and we put hearing aids on them and we demonstrate the value of that. And they go, I just had a woman actually last week who said to me, she wore hearing aids for the first time and she said, I would have swore that I heard you perfectly before this, but I was very wrong, she said. And that's very common. I see that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when should somebody come in for a hearing test? What are some of the signs and symptoms?
Well, I tell people to come in for a baseline hearing test at any age. People often think, I'm not old enough yet to get that hearing test, when we should really be looking at it like we do our eyes. We get our eyes tested routinely. Our ears are no different. It's a sense. It's a very important sense. People really, I think they underestimate the value of good hearing, and they don't know that even a mild hearing loss can affect their relationships. Just to be kind of funny here, we kind of joke about in audiology being just as much of a marriage counselor as we are audiologists, because people come in and they say it's either this or I get a divorce. So I mean, relationships definitely suffer when you don't have that good link between two people. But even your job, it can affect your job. It can affect your earning potential. It can affect your overall enjoyment of life. And when people finally do something about it, they see then, and they usually tell me, I should have done this a long time ago. And you can see the regret in their faces that I just maybe wasted 8 to 10 years of my life not hearing as well as I could have and not enjoying life. So baseline testing is key. We also specialize in balance testing as well. So if you have vertigo, which is that spinning sensation, if you have tinnitus, anything ear really, just give us a call and we can either help you directly or we can get you in the right direction.